Good morning. Chantel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning for gentle yoga. I'd like to start out by just coming to a nice seated posture. And we'll just start by beginning to notice the quality of the breath. So come to seated and sit up nice and tall. Lift up through the crown of your head. Draw your shoulders back and down. You can close your eyes if it feels good to you, or just give a nice soft gaze toward the floor. And we'll start by breathing in and out through the nose. And here you're just noticing the quality of the breath, not trying to change the breath, just noticing. Beginning to notice whether or not the breath gets stuck at the top of your inhale or at the bottom of your exhale. Moving right into a 3-part breathing. On your next inhale, begin to fill your belly. Allow your rib cage to expand. And notice the chest rise. Exhaling, chest lowers. Hug the ribs and gently draw your navel toward your spine. Keep going here. Inhaling, filling up. Exhaling, drawing in. The breath is the main focus of the practice. So as you move through each pose, focus on the breath. On your next exhale, drop your chin to chest. So your head is nice and heavy, shoulders are relaxed away from the ears, and we'll just do a few neck circles. And we're just using this nice curvature in the neck here. Inhaling ear to shoulder, exhaling center, Inhaling toward the other side. And just keep going here at your own pace with your own breath. Making your way back to center, inhale the head up. This time we're just going to turn to gaze over the right shoulder. Exhale, looking towards your mat. Breathe here for just a moment. Inhale, head comes up. Turn back to center. Exhale toward the other side. Gazing over the left shoulder this time, and then down towards your mat. Breathe. Inhaling back to center. A few shoulder rolls here. Inhale, draw the shoulders up nice and close to the ears. Exhale, release. A few more times. Inhale, drawing the shoulders nice and close. One more time. Moving right into wrist circles. Bringing hands together, interlacing all fingers. Forearms are nice and close together. We'll just start by making circles all the way around. Full circles in one direction. Keep breathing. And switch directions. Press through the palms, round the shoulders. Release. Inhale as you re-interlace the fingers behind you and press down through the tops of the hands. Lift up through the heart. Maybe look up if it feels good. Exhale, release. A few shoulder rolls here can feel good. From here, let's go ahead and come to extend your legs out in front of you. So we'll just extend the legs out in front. And after sitting like that for a few minutes, I like to just sort of lean back into the hands and lift up through the heart. So I'm getting a nice good breath here and start to shake out the leg bone from the hip socket. And you can keep your gaze forward, or you can even gaze toward the ceiling, whatever feels good. And then point and flex the feet a few times. And then I'll come back and I'll scoot the hip bones back. We're going to sit in a nice staff posture here. So hip bones in line with the shoulders. You're going to press down. And switch directions. One more time, lean back into the hands, shake it out, lift up through the heart. Point and flex the feet. From here, we're gonna move right into tabletop position. So you're gonna swing the legs around, make your way onto all fours. So from here, you're gonna want your wrists directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hip bones. If this is, sometimes it's nice to have a blanket under the knees. That can be helpful if you have any soreness or any knee issues. Start to look towards the top of your mat. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. From here, we're going to do a few cat dog tilts. So inhale as you lift up through the heart and look forward. Exhale, drop your chin to chest, round your spine, draw the navel in. Inhale back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale again, draw the navel in. Inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, tuck your chin to chest, round your spine. Inhale, back to neutral. From here, we're going to just press the hips back into a nice child's pose. So you're going to come, you're here at tabletop, you're taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, press the hips back. So we're going to keep the arms nice and long and active, and maybe even reach for the top of your mat. So we're opening up the side body here. Allow the ears to drop between the arms and maybe gazing toward the knees. Inhale back into that tabletop. Hands will be a little further forward this time. Exhale back. You can always keep the toes tucked here if that feels better to you. Inhale, center. So toes tucked here is okay. Exhale back. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, press it back. Inhale one more time up to center. Exhale, press it back. Reach, reach, reach for the top of your mat. Look forward towards the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, allow the ears to come in line with the arms. Gaze toward the knees. Inhale, look up between the hands. And we're just going to start to walk the hands over to the left. Exhale, drop the head, ears in line with arms. So we're stretching that right side body here, opening up space. Breathe. Inhale, look up between the hands and start to walk back to center. Reaching for the top of your mat. Exhale, ears in line with arms, gaze toward the knees. Inhale back to center and walk over towards the right this time. Exhale, ears in line with arms, gaze toward the knees. Breathe. Inhale, look between the hands, walk back to center. Exhale, ears in line with arms one more time. Inhale, back to tabletop. So we're going to come back to knees just under the hip bones, wrists directly under the shoulders. So readjust the body here. And this time we're going to step the right foot back and just start to make some circles with the heel. So look towards the top of your mat, breathe. Press the right knee back down towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Step the left foot back this time. And we're just making circles with the left heel. Back into that tabletop position. Maybe sit back on the heels for just a moment. Shake out the wrists. This can sometimes be a little much for the wrists. So you can sort of shake out the hands a little bit. Come back into that tabletop position. And this time we're going to step the right foot back. And you can keep the ball of your foot on your mat if you like, or you can start to lift that leg in line with the hip and maybe reach with the left fingertips. Breathe. Try not to allow the belly to hang here. Breathe. Exhale, release. Make your way back into that tabletop position. Maybe sit back on the heels for just a moment. Shake out the hands. I personally have a lot of wrist tightness, so strengthening the wrists by coming into this tabletop position is good for me, but also, taking a few moments in between to sort of rub it out, shake it out, can feel good. All right, back into that tabletop position. Wrists directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hip bones. Look towards the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the navel in. This time we're going to step the left foot back. So again, you can stay on the ball of your foot here. You can stay here. You don't even have to reach out with that right arm. But if you want to inhale and lift that leg and press through the heel. And then on your next inhale, reach with the right arm. So reach through the fingertips and breathe. Exhale, back to center, back to that tabletop position. Sit back on the heels or even come up. Shake it out. Just a little wrist massage here for just a moment. All right. This time we're going to come back into that tabletop position. So back into your tabletop, knees directly under your hip bones, wrists directly under the shoulders here. We're going to inhale, exhale as you're looking towards the top of your mat. On your next inhale, lift the left knee. So we're here. Press through the heel. Breathe. Exhale, release. So you can pause in between here. If you're ready, we can do the other side. Inhale, exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, lift the right knee, press through the heel. And exhale, release. Press it back, child's pose. Reach for the top of your mat. Arms are nice and active here in this child's pose. This time we're reaching for the top of the mat. Inhale, and you're going to make your way into a modified plank. Try not to allow the belly to hang here. So you can stay here in this modified plank, looking towards the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in, nice strong belly here. Exhale, press it back. Arms are staying nice and active. We're still reaching for the top of the mat. Inhale back into that modified plank position. So knees are still on your mat. If you're feeling nice and strong this morning, you can always tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and make your way into a full plank. Otherwise, we'll stay here on the knees. Protect your low back by drawing the navel in every exhale. Nice strong arms. Exhale, press it back. Inhale back into modified plank or full plank, wherever you're at is okay. Take a few breaths here. Draw the hands next to the knees. And we're going to slowly start to inhale our way back up to seated, one vertebrae at a time. So allow the head to come up last. And just stacking the vertebrae here. From here, we're going to make our way into a squatting posture. So if you have a blanket that you can put under the heels, if your heels don't reach to the floor, that can feel good. And so we'll just start by coming up onto the feet. Our knees are bent here. And bring the hands down in front of you. And you can start just by opening up the knees. Take your time. Keep breathing. From here, sink the hips down towards the mat. I'll turn so you can see me a little better here. So we're sinking the hips down towards the mat, heels down towards the mat. If your heels don't reach the floor again, you can use a rolled up blanket or a folded blanket under the heels. And elbows are inside of the knees. You're going to press the knees away as you bring the hands together at heart center. Lift up through the heart. Keep the gaze forward. Heart is nice and lifted. And breathe here. Bring your hands back down towards the mat, opening up the knees. Continue to breathe. And then one more time into that squatting posture. Sink the hips down towards the heels. Elbows are towards the inside of the knees. Maybe press the knees away, bringing hands to heart center. Lift up through the heart. Breathe. If you haven't quite made it into this posture, it's okay. Take your time. Use a block under your seat or use a folded blanket under your heels. Continue to breathe here. One more time, bringing hands back to the mat, opening up the knees. From here, we're going to press the hips up and make our way to standing. I'm going to readjust here. So from here, I know you can't see my head, but we're just going to sink the hips down. Actually, you're going to bring your feet a little wider than hip distance, and you're going to sink the hips down and back. Bring the knees together, and we'll do some knee circles. So you're keeping the heart nice and lifted, and you're keeping your gaze forward. And knee circles, full circles all the way around. Continue to breathe. Switch directions. And make your way back up, shake out the legs. All right, so from here, we're going to move right into hip circles. So in your hip circles, you want your hands at the back of the buttocks flesh. You can even interlace hands behind you. Maybe bring hands to hips, but we're thinking about bringing elbows back towards each other. We're going to inhale forward, exhale back. One direction here. So feet are still more than hip distance. Keep breathing. And switch directions. Full circles all the way around. Come back to standing, release the hands, maybe shake out the legs for a moment. I'm gonna move my back here, make sure you can see me, the full me. Hopefully my head's in here now. All right, so from here, we're gonna make our way into tree pose. So in tree pose, let's start just by coming to a nice equal standing posture. In equal standing, you want your hip bones, your knees, and your ankles to be in one straight line. And then maybe bring hands to hips, bend the knees in and out a few times. So in equal standing, you're going to draw your shoulders back and down, lift up through your heart, bend the knees slightly, and as you do, your tailbone will drop, and it should bring your spine in a nice neutral alignment. All right. So take a moment here, bringing hands out in front of you or next to your sides and palms facing forward. And so you're just noticing your hips in space here, noticing where your hips are in space. Lift up through your crown, keep the shoulders drawn back and down, and just breathe for a moment. All right, from here, making our way into that balancing posture, pick a place, a gate to gaze towards in front of you. This is the trick here, to keep a nice focus on something directly in front of you, and then bringing maybe right heel to right ankle. So you can start here, you can stay here. Maybe you're just working on your balancing here, and keep that standing knee, keep a bend in that standing knee, that can help. Breathe. Maybe you're feeling good and you want to bring the sole of the foot to the calf. Breathe. Keep focused on that focal point, your point of focus, and release. All right, turn the toes of the standing leg under and just give a little shake here. This can feel good. Sometimes your foot might get a little cramped, so that can help. And we'll do the other side. So arms down by your sides, palms facing forward. We're back in that equal standing posture. Hip bones down through knees and ankles. Slight bend in the knee. Shoulders back and down. Find your focal point, your point of focus. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, bringing heel to ankle. Stay here if it feels good. Maybe bring hands to heart center. Maybe reach arms overhead if that feels good to you. Find your best expression of tree pose. From here, if it feels good to you, continuing to keep a nice bend in that standing leg, and we're going to bring the sole of the foot to the calf muscle. Never on the knee joint here. Breathe. And release. Turn the toes under. And release. All right, so we're back into that equal standing posture. Come to the top of your mat. Arms down by your sides, palms facing up, slight bend in the knee, tailbone will drop. Draw the shoulders back and down. Inhale, bring the hands to heart center. Take a breath. From here, we're going to just step the right foot back. So step your right foot back. So feet are on a train track and not a tightrope. You're gonna bend into that left knee. Maybe put a slight bend in the right knee and the heel will come up. So you're in what is called crescent pose. So from here, you can keep your hands at heart center, or you can even inhale the arms overhead in line with the ears. Keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Breathe. Exhale, bring hands back to heart center. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Shake it out, maybe turn the toes under for just a moment. All right, hands back to the side you here. We're back in that equal standing posture, palms facing forward, slight bend in the knee. Keep your gaze forward for just a moment, take a breath. Inhale, bring hands to heart center. This time, we're going to exhale as we step the left foot back. So you can readjust yourself. You want your hips to be nice and square. So take a moment to just find your best place here. We're bending deeply into that right knee. So knee and ankle are in line with each other. The back left heel is lifted with a slight bend in that back knee. Hips are square. Keep your gaze forward. Breathe. Nice strong legs here. Maybe inhaling arms overhead. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed away from the ears. Breathe. Hands back to heart center. Inhale, step the left foot up to meet the right, and then turn the toes under if it feels good to you. Release the hands down by your sides. Shake it out. And let's find our way back down to the mat. So go ahead and come back to your mat, have a seat. Sit in that cross-legged position here for just a moment. Inhale, lift up through the crown. Maybe close the eyes here for a moment. Or give a nice soft gaze toward the mat. Breathe. And just begin to make your way back into a normal breathing pattern from here. Maybe take a nice deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth. One more time, nice deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And just begin to Release and let go of any tightness that still remains in the body. Find a moment to relax your jaw and release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften the eyebrows. Relax the shoulders. Finding stillness and ease here. When you're ready, bringing your hands to heart center, bowing, taking a moment to reflect on your practice. Thank you all for sharing your practices with me today. Peace and blessings to you all. Namaste. Thank you so much. I will see you next Monday.
Okay. Thank you, Lydia.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.